called Trump a jerk. So he's now using words he didn't used to use, right? He used to be more intellectual about it. Now he's not. He's more emotional and raw. Are you worried that this could pose a real challenge, whether it's Bush or someone else, like a Cruz or a Rubio or a Christie?
Yeah, Jeb Bush is really playing right into Donald Trump's hands. He's doing exactly what Trump wants him to do, and it's really not making Jeb Bush look like a very smart candidate. The fascinating thing about Trump, I know he's about to get started here, the fascinating thing about Trump is that for the college-educated group, he's still in the lead, but he's tied with Cruz and Rubio effectively. For the non-college-educated, let's call that potentially disenfranchised voter all around America, he leads by 2.5 times his closest competitor. So he's got a formula and it's working, and it's not that different of what happened with Barack Obama when he got out the vote with a younger vote and what allowed him to win. If Trump can get that group, which is 2/3 of the population, to vote, he has a real chance at the whole election, not just the GOP.
All right, you know what? We're going to just dip in here for a moment, both of you, and just listen to him. He's talking about the Democratic debate and Hillary Clinton.
11 of them, right here. See the name Trump on top? I keep it in small. Small. But every single poll that they took for the debate, who won the debate? Who won? And it's sort of interesting because the Fox poll, which came out, and it's a big one and a good one, which came out 3 or 4 nights after the debate, had me up 11 points, 11. And I was already leading. And then I said, I guess I won the debate, right, folks? You know, so they had 11 polls. And they had Drudge, who's a great guy, 46%. That's 46% of the vote out of 15 people. That's a lot. I would honestly take right now 46% of 3 people. But this is 15 people. By the way, sadly, I guess you heard, Lindsey Graham left the race today. Sad. Very sad. I'm extremely sad. He was nasty to me, wasn't he? Nasty. Ooh. You see how many, everybody that goes against me, it's like X. So we started off with 17. I won't say how many left, but a lot of people are starting to leave. They're going to start to leave. But everybody that's going, wouldn't it be nice? That should happen with our country. Everybody goes against us, down the tubes. Sort of interesting, right? Sort of interesting. So I'll go through it fast. So this is on the debate. This, the night of the debate, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people voted. Who was number 1 in the debate? I was. I love you too. I have to. So who was number 1? Trump, Drudge, 46%. Time Magazine. Hey, they didn't even give me the Man of the Year or the Person of the Year. They should have. That's why it's heading down the tubes, folks. You know. They gave it to a woman who's not done the right thing in Germany. It's not doing too well over there. Nice woman. I like her. I better like her. I may have to deal with her. Look, hey, Putin likes me. I want her to like me too. Right? You know, it's sort of funny. So Putin, out of nowhere, I never met Putin, but we were on 60 Minutes together. Not together, but together, meaning I had a segment, he had a segment. We got tremendous ratings on that show. I took full credit. I said if it wasn't for me, they wouldn't have. But we didn't meet. So, but we were stable mates in a sense, right? It was he and I on 60 Minutes like 5-6 weeks ago. And it was great. And he came out of nowhere 2 days ago, and he said, Trump is brilliant. He's great. He's the leader. He's the leader of the parties. And he said nice things. I didn't know. I never met him, so I didn't know. And he said nice things. All of a sudden, I'm hearing things like, oh, isn't it terrible that Putin is saying that? That's not terrible. That's good. That's like a good thing, not a bad thing. He can't stand Obama. Obama can't stand him. They're always fighting. Wouldn't it be nice if we could get along like with people? You know? It's unbelievable. No, think of it. You know, it's Russia, after all. Somebody said, are you at all offended that he said nice things about you? I said, no. And they said, oh, Trump should have been much nastier. That's terrible. And then they said, you know, he's killed reporters. And I don't like that. I'm totally against that. By the way, I hate some of these people, but I'd never kill them. I hate them. No, these people, honestly, I'll be honest. I would never kill them. I would never do that. Let's see. No, I wouldn't. I would never kill them. But I do hate them, and some of them are such lying, disgusting people. It's true. It's true. It's true. But I would never kill them, and anybody that does, I think would be despicable. But, you know, nobody said, they say he killed reporters. I said, really? He says he didn't. Other people say he didn't. Who did he kill? Well, we don't know, but we hear that. I said, tell me, who did he kill? And I go through this whole thing. It would be so great if we could get Russia on our side and other countries on our side and knock the hell out of ISIS and knock them, right? Right? So stupid. Just knock the living hell out of them. Remember, I said, take the oil, right? For years I've been saying that. For years and look, we have people running this country who are stupid. They're stupid. I went to an Ivy League school. I'm very highly educated. I went to the best business school in the world, the Wharton School of Finance. Somebody said, he's plain spoken. I don't have to be plain spoken. I have like this incredible vocabulary. But honestly, how can I describe our leaders better than the word stupid? Really, right? There's no word. There's no word. You know, I used to say grossly incompetent. But stupid's stronger, isn't it? I don't know. You look. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Ay, ay, ay. Hard to believe. USA, 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 USA. So unbelievable. But I'm really trying to be really neutral. To one guy, I said, get him out of here now. And they said the next day, it was horrible, horrible the way Trump talked about it.
All right, hearing Donald Trump talking about the polls after the last Republican debate, and also doubling down on the Vladimir Putin compliment. Vladimir Putin calling Donald Trump brilliant. Donald Trump saying he's not ashamed of that at all, and also doubling down on his defense of Putin killing reporters. Let's go back here to our panel, Amanda Carpenter. Amanda, what's your take on this? I mean, you know, one of the things when you watch Donald Trump is he speaks to the people who are in the room. To your point, he is speaking to the people in the room. He does not care about the fact that this is televised and it may not be speaking to a lot of others around the country.
Yeah, I think that's the point that struck me most just listening to the audio, is that the crowd sounds very intense. I mean, these are people that showed up to stand up, boo, and cheer because they're with Donald Trump with his gut instinct. And so that kind of speaks to, I think, the greater anxiety, the greater fear in the electorate that, you know, many candidates fail to recognize. And that's why it's such a mistake to just have a myopic focus on taking out Donald Trump. They really need to recognize what he's speaking to and find a way to tap into that feeling.
Wes Moss, as a Donald Trump supporter, do you worry, though, that he could go too far, saying, you know, look, Vladimir Putin, I'd get along with the guy. I'm flattered by his compliments. I've never seen proof of him killing journalists. I mean, some of these things to experts in the foreign policy community are pretty shocking.
Aaron, I think that what we just saw there is something that we have never seen from a modern day political candidate ever. Donald Trump's communication is directly with the people who he's talking with, and it's very rare to see the ability for somebody like that, especially on the political stage, to come close. I mean, he's more of a rock star to that audience there, as you can see, than he is a candidate. So in order to make change as a president, you have to first get elected president. And I don't know of anybody else that's ever approached it this way. Trump has always been wonderfully known for his brand as a business person. Now he has his own brand as a political candidate, and he's forging his own path, and it's working tremendously well.
All right. Well, thank you both very much. I appreciate your time. We're continuing to monitor this rally, which we'll be bringing you in live as appropriate. Out front next.
Hi, everybody. My name is Mike. This is my YouTube page, Mox News. Thank you very much for tuning in. Okay, I just want to quickly point out, between Donald Trump clips, they said that if he says anything important, we'll go right back to it, which they don't. They waited another 15 minutes to go back to him, and the only reason they went back to him is because it was the top of the news hour, and that's what's going to get the most people's attention when they're flipping around at the top of the news hour, going, anything breaking on the news at 5 o'clock? Oh, look, Donald Trump live. Let's watch this for a minute. What really blows my mind is that these freaking talking heads act like what they have to say is more important than what the candidate is actually saying. You know, I mean, they're not going to get any more viewers than when Donald Trump is live on TV. And them talking about it, I mean, you know, and that's what it's all about, is viewership, right? Them sitting there talking about it is just going to drive people away. They want to say, Donald Trump is a 12-year-old boy, which I'll post that video in a minute. Anyways, I just want to point out, you know, it's just so weird to me that they want to act like somehow their opinions and them explaining to us, deciphering what Donald Trump is saying, is more important than actually what Donald Trump is saying. How big an ego do you have to have? Burnett, tell me. Tell me about your cleavage, Burnett. And that's another thing, this cleavage on Aaron Burnett, it like sneaks its way into the video, Just show your fucking tits, Burnett. Okay, you want to show your tits? Show your tits. Stop giving us an inch of cleavage and show your tits, if that's what you want to do. Because clearly that's what you want to do. That's how you're dressing. You're dressing to show off your tits. Otherwise, we wouldn't even be able to see your cleavage. Just show your tits. Now that I got that off my chest, I am doing a fundraising campaign at the moment because Mox News survives solely on your donations. In my last video that I just posted about greasy piece of shit, I said that I hadn't gotten any donations, and then that video uploaded and I got a donation. But I think I got it right before it was uploaded, but it was recorded a little bit earlier, so I got a donation. I need more donations, and I wouldn't ask for help if I didn't need it, I promise. And it's the only way that we're going to keep Mox News on YouTube is with you guys' help, because I don't do commercials. Commercials would make... I don't like commercialism. I don't want to get into it now, but there's never been any commercials on my post. If you see commercials on it, it's because someone else claimed copyright and they're putting a commercial on it. Other people who do the news, they put, who do fair use news coverage on the YouTube are advertising. They're making you sit through commercials. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to do it. And it's because I've already had plenty of sites come down, plenty of YouTube pages be taken down without me, violating fair use by commercializing someone else's video. I don't do that. I haven't ever done it. I'm not going to do it. So it's up to you guys whether you want Mox News to stick around or not. Thank you very much. Back to Donald Trump live, and I'm going to say a little bit more in my next video. Thanks again.
As Donald Trump speaking right now at an event in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Let's listen.
Think of this. The person that spent the least by far is Donald Trump. And I'm in first place by a lot. Isn't that great? The person that spent the least is Trump. The person that spent the most is Jeb Bush. $55 million, and he's down in the bottom of the barrel practically. Now, wouldn't it be nice if we could do that for our country? Spend the least and get the best production. Now, I'm going to be spending a lot. I thought, again, I'm spending my own money. I'm the only one, I'm self-funding, but listen to this. I thought I'd be at about $35 million to this point. You know, I'm prepared for it. I don't care. Whatever it costs. I mean, whatever. Hey, look, if I see I'm doing poorly, I'm doing poorly. But, you know, we all know. But I'm doing well. But I expected by this time, by like January, to be up to about $35 million in expenditures for ads, mostly for advertising, right? And I spend nothing. No, because I spend nothing. I spend nothing. To be honest, I spent, I think, $212,000, and that was only because I like the people. The people in Iowa are great. Some of those radio stations have been, they've been nice. I put some ads on the radio stations in Iowa. But I spent $200,000. They've spent 30, 40, 50, 25, 28 million. The money they spend, and they have no control over it. And you know, these PACs, the money's all being stolen from inside because the consultants are like bloodsuckers. They're 10 times worse than a real estate salesman or broker, 10 times, which is saying pretty bad stuff. So just think of it. So we have a case where I'm going to have $35 million spent. I'm $35 million under budget. Is that good? Wouldn't that be nice? 35.
All right, you hear Donald Trump there talking about how much money he has spent or not spent in this campaign so far. You also heard him talking about Jeb Bush and how much money Jeb Bush has spent in this campaign so far to no avail. This comes only after he had some critical words for Lindsey Graham, who just dropped out of the race today. But most of all tonight, Donald Trump has been talking about Hillary Clinton, the Democratic frontrunner. Donald Trump says Hillary Clinton needs to apologize for comments she made in the Democratic debate that was Saturday night on ABC, where Hillary Clinton said that ISIS is showing videos of Donald Trump right now to recruit people to its ranks. Let's listen to what Donald Trump had to say about that tonight.
I mean this. She's terrible. Donald Trump is on video, and ISIS is using him on the video to recruit. And it turned out to be a lie. She's a liar. No, it turned out to be a lie. Turned out to be a lie. And the last person that she wants to run against is me. Believe me. Believe me. You know, I was just with somebody from ABC, I won't mention, and he said, oh, the Hillary camp said they'd love to run against Trump. Of course they're going to. That's what they want to say. I mean, it's going to be very. Ask Jeb Bush if he enjoys running against Trump. Seriously, ask him. In all fairness, ask Lindsey Graham, did he enjoy running against Trump? Ask Perry, Governor Perry. Nice guys, all nice guys. Ask Bobby Jindal. He's back in Louisiana, which is a great state, by the way. And they don't like him very much anymore over there. Ask all of these guys that have gone out, do they enjoy running against Trump? They don't enjoy it. They don't enjoy it. I enjoy it. They don't enjoy it. I mean, people have said that Jeb Bush, you know, he's low energy. People have said that if I didn't run, the thing would have been over already. He would have had it. Why? For what reason? I mean, I don't know why, but they say he would have had it. He's gonzo. He's down to 2%. And you saw, they gave him during the debates a couple of sound bites. He goes like this. You could see it right here. He memorized. Mr. Trump, Donald. And I said, Jeb, I've got 42, you've got 2. We started off, you were here, I was here, always in the center. Now you're way down there, and the next time you won't even be on the stage. Look, I love running against Hillary. I love running against Hillary. going to get beaten, but I haven't started with Hillary yet. What happened to her? I'm watching the debate, and she disappeared. Where did she go? Where did she go? I thought she quit. I thought she gave up. Where did she go? Where did Hillary go? They had to start the debate without her. Phase 2. Why? I know where she went. It's disgusting. I don't want to talk about it. No, it's too disgusting. Don't say it. It's disgusting. Let's not do it. We want to be very, very straight up, okay? But I thought wasn't that a weird deal? We're ready to start. They were looking. They gave her every benefit of the doubt because, you know, it's ABC and she practically owns ABC. She really does. I mean, George Stephanopoulos interviewed me the other day. It was terrible. It was one of the great interviews. Did anybody see that interview? But, you know, he's a big Hillary fan. Tonight I was interviewed by another Hillary fan from ABC. Okay. He's all right. He's okay. Relax, relax, relax. Take it easy.
All right, Donald Trump speaking in Grand Rapids, Michigan right now. You heard him right there going after Jeb Bush, but mostly tonight, Hillary Clinton for those comments she made at the debate Saturday night saying that ISIS is showing videos of Donald Trump right now to use in recruitment. Donald Trump called her a liar. Fact checks, in fact, found out that no such video exists as far as we know. So Donald Trump on the facts tonight is right. Joining me now,
I'm the leading state sponsor of terrorism.